Funky Friday. Funky Friday. Funky Friday.
How's it going, guys? What's up? It's Steve Witchell here, coming to you live from New Orleans. Funky Friday, June 24th. Let me check. 25th. I'm not good at remembering dates. 25th, 2021. Coming to you live from New Orleans. I said that already. And make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link is in the description. That's where all these videos that I've been doing every weekday are archived. I missed yesterday, though. It was Throwback Thursday. I didn't have anything really in particular to talk about, so I didn't come live. But that's okay. I do most of these days, and I'll have something for next week, I promise. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are back playing. Everybody is back playing. If you're not, you will be soon. But say hi right now. Let me know where you're from. Tell me what's going on in your Funky Friday life. Somebody, and if you're watching in the Cover Band Central group, make sure you click the link that lets StreamYard show your name, like this person did not do. But I'm going to put the comment up anyway. Talking about going to see other bands. They said they used to when they had time. We got too booked up and then COVID happened. Find time return. British Columbia. India. Wow. Hello from India. So this topic today is about other bands. And this is a big one for me, and I think it should be a big one for everybody. But I'll tell you why it's a big one for me. I was inspired to start Cover Band Central for several reasons, and one of them was because I love going to see great bands. I love discovering new great bands. I love hearing new great singers. I spent part of a good part of 2008 and 2009 on the road, traveling with original artists and traveling all over the country, all over the United States and Canada too. And in a lot of those gigs, I played with other bands. There were several bands on the bill, and that afforded me the opportunity to discover new artists and new material and new songs and stuff. And some of them were original and some of them were cover. And that was one of the things about being on the road that I loved so much, was finding this new talent that otherwise I would never have known about, because they were just playing clubs. You know, we were playing clubs, bars, and they were too. And there was no national recognition for any of these artists. And that just made me pumped. I loved it. So that was part of the reason I wanted to start CBC. And going back further than that, when I first started playing in cover bands, I would go out and see bands all the time. And, you know, I wasn't playing a lot. I wasn't playing every weekend. So I had the time to go out and see bands. And sometimes there were bands that were people I knew in them, some musicians that I knew in them, or it would just be a band that I really liked. And that practice alone really kind of catapulted me to a higher level in my career in playing in cover bands at the time. And I'm going back to the late 90s. And the reason that helped me was because if I knew people, then they would sometimes let me get up on stage and play a song. But if I didn't, I at least got to meet other people and say, hey, oh yeah, I'm a bass player, by the way. And eventually, and this is before Facebook, this is before, you know, even before MySpace, it still gave me an opportunity to network with other people and get to know other people. And eventually that led to me getting auditions for bands and then getting other gigs, and then having more of a presence in the community, in the music community in New Jersey, which is where I was from, which is where I am from. Now I live in New Orleans. but it was something that I loved to do anyway. I loved it, and but it helped me make friends. It helped me network. It helped me get work. It helped all around, and I really highly encourage people to do that anytime. And I still do it because I live in New Orleans and I play on Bourbon Street, where I can walk out of the club where I'm playing, if I'm saying on break, and walk a couple doors down and go watch a band. And they're all up and down Bourbon Street. This band's playing all over the place, so I do that quite often. And there's a lot of people I know. I've been in New Orleans for 11 years, so I know a lot of these musicians. But even if I don't, I still love to go see other people play. Let's see what other people are saying here. Joseph says he loves live music and he's going to gig and see gigs when he can. Jay says quite often he goes to see bands. Ron asked me if I ever crash on the couch. I crash on the couch all the time. Not necessarily that one. Dace, I'm going to say, or Dace, I don't know how you say it, but Latvia. And this Facebook user said would love to go see bands. However, it's difficult if you're busy performing, and that's true, especially if you have family and you have other obligations, or if you have a regular day job and you're playing, then it's hard to get any time to go out and see other bands. But every once in a while, it's good to kind of try to fit it in. Lori said she can't wait. She lives in Milwaukee metropolitan area, and she's going to Nashville for a week in July. So she's going to get to see a lot of bands in Nashville for sure. And Sean nailed it here. Said when he gets a chance, he loves to go support his fellow musicians. Yeah, I mean, it's not only about the networking part and the being entertained. It's just supporting this community, supporting your fellow players and your fellow bandmates and fellow bands, and even if they're not fellows, you know what I mean. Deliana said anytime I can, she goes to live shows, support the band 100%. Excellent. And Sean said a presence in the local music stores has opened some opportunities for him as well. That's excellent. James said this is great. He's loving it. Excellent. I love it too. I love music, man. That is what makes me want to get up out of bed every day. Playing music, listening to music, running Cover Band Central. All my life is mostly music, and I love it. That's what I live for. Christine said, hello, are we going to hear some music soon? Not here in this little show that I do. I don't really generally play music, except for Tribute Tuesdays. I'll play some music. But here it's just for me to kind of chat with you. And but there's plenty of music in the Cover Band Central group. If you're not part of it, please join the Cover Band Central group. And there is some on the YouTube channel, some that I did when I first started the channel. So definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Click on that and subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when I go live, which is every Monday through Friday at random times based on when I wake up and I'm ready. And I'm playing tonight, so I slept nice and late today because I want to be fresh for tonight. I'm going to eat a nice dinner and then go play and rock my face off. Rock other people's faces off. I got to keep my face on, so I can do this video thing every day. That's kind of a cool thing. Elise said she always puts interested on every live music Facebook event so that they then show up on my friend's news feed. That's a nice charitable thing for you to do, Elise. That's cool. Ron said he does go out to support local acts, but did so many shows of his own over the years. He missed a lot of great big acts like Buddy Guy. Never got to see him play. That's a shame, Ron, because I've seen Buddy Guy twice. And Buddy Guy was one of the first blues guitar players that I ever saw at a live show. And this is back in the 90s, mid 90s. I was working for Sam Goody, and I was buddy with my district manager, and he used to get tickets to shows all the time, and he brought me to see Buddy Guy, and I did not know what to expect at all, and I was blown away by Buddy Guy. He is incredible. He would stand like 5 feet back from the mic and sing and still be able to project to the entire room. And he would walk around. He's always smiling, and man, what a good guitar player. So Buddy Guy's still around. I don't know if he's still playing, but definitely make a point to go see him. I saw him in Starland Ballroom too in Jersey, which was a bigger room, but still very incredible. James said I'm lucky to be living in New Orleans, and I don't know if it's luck, but I love it here. Best music and food, he said. Yeah, and Joe said, and I agree with this. He said he loves seeing someone he doesn't know kill and surprise him with a great performance. He also learns from every band he sees, or good or bad. And that's the thing too. You learn stuff when you go see other bands. You can get inspired by them, but you can also see stuff that they're doing right and stuff they're doing wrong, and say, okay, maybe I can learn from that and apply that to what I do. You can't not, actually. If you're a musician and you're playing in bands with any sort of regularity, and you go to see other bands, you're definitely going to pick up stuff that they do that's good, that you could say, oh, I'm going to adopt that, or stuff that doesn't work that you're like, oh, can't do that. So you can't not figure that stuff out when you're going to see bands. And Brian said when he lives in Pittsburgh, he went to see local bands a lot. Most of them didn't play covers, but that's okay. They don't have to be cover bands for you to be entertained, for one, and for you to learn something or be inspired. I've seen many original bands. Whether it's like popular touring bands in arenas or theaters, or local original bands. So, it's just live music in general is going to help. And Chris, I would love to put your comment on, but it's going to cover my face because it's too long. So, but I'm going to read what he said. He said some of his best shows have played were from networking with bands that his band and he would go see together. They didn't play for months and months because of their drummer had. Okay, you guys can read that comment. It's on the Cover Band Central page. All right, so cool. I hope you guys are playing this weekend. If not, I hope you have a great weekend. And make sure, again, you subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Yeah, I like that too, James. He said he always finds himself checking out pedals and PA they're using, especially in small clubs. Yeah, a little spy on the equipment. Like, what are they using? Okay. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll go down to Guitar Center and try that. See if it works for me. At least a happy weekend. Happy weekend, everybody. Have a great one. And I'll see you for Motivation Monday. I promise. See ya.
Funky Friday.